All right, and we are live. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, September 4th, and it's 6:29 here in the Arizona desert, and it's about a minute to traditional market open, and let's check out what's going on. As always, I'm sliding in here right as the market opens rather than a little bit before it opens, which would be better, but we're all working with we all got to trade within our time constraints, so anyway. As always, the desire is to get on earlier, but I get on when it happens. All right, so we're recording here. Let's look at what's going on. We're watching for Robert. He'll probably be along soon. There's Robert. All right, Robert is online. Okay.
Good morning.
And good morning. Now that we've got Robert online, it is safe for SpaceX to launch this morning. All right. We're good to go. And the market is just now opening. So let's see what's going to happen with that initial open surge, I'm looking at oh my goodness. I'll share my screen, I guess, here.
Sure. A lot of volume coming in, but it just doesn't know where to go yet. Now, the biggest thing about yesterday was there was a subpoena issued against NVIDIA.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at what we're dumping this morning.
Yeah, it's going down a bit.
Yes. They're after NVIDIA.
Yeah, first they go after crypto, then they go after big stocks. So they want some of that money, and if they can't make it in trading, they're going to steal it. That's my take on it. Now, this wick, to me, looks like they're going to push the price up.
Let's see, because we're looking at right now a 15-second chart, so we're very short time frame. And my heavens, yeah, watching this open, it is really intense. It is really intense. Something that I have not done quite yet is let me fire up Top Step here. And I have not looked at, it's waking up. All right. That the order book, or as we look at it, the size fill, like what's above, 7. I guess it'll take it a second to propagate probably, but the market's still getting its bearings here. Not seeing any action on Top Step for me, at least. Order book, seeing above 7. Not seeing a lot of volume.
You're looking at time and sales?
Yeah, time and sales. So above 7, I'm seeing some. It's starting to propagate. I just opened Top Step, so I think it's figuring itself out. But maybe it's a little slow for me this morning. I don't see anything on the chart, which is unusual.
Yeah, for me, it's got 7 and above. You got an 18 long, 18 or 15 short, and it's kind of really chopping around in this 18,860 to 18,900 area. So it's a big spread.
Oh my goodness!
Now
yeah.
we got some. Yeah, this might be just one to just jump in.
Got some push going on. It would be a crazy trade.
I'm long.
Oh my gosh. We'll see how that works out. I'll watch it. We'll see if we can get a push. People can actually watch as I make or lose money, or like right now. Let's see. I'm not sure if my Top Step's actually working this morning. I am up. I'm gonna sell, just to lock that money in because I can't see my Top Step's a little funny this morning, but that's okay. I got some of that. I'm happy with it.
Good.
Yeah, I think that's a
I got out as well. I made $65 before that
Woo!
red candle came in on the 1 minute. But
Mm,
it's one of those things where you're just looking at going, what's it gonna do?
mm-hmm. Definitely on the 15-second we had a push here. Let me go
Okay.
back to like a 5-minute chart if that even is relevant yet. Ah, well, look at that. We're 5 minute. Will it push above that previous? Looks like it is. It's gonna probably make a. I know we're looking at 5-minute candles, but still, that's a higher high from the last. Then can we get above this range here? The Trendilio RSI is looking good. Squeeze indicator has got um, a nice green bar firing up here. Maybe that looks kind of good. The enter exit is a little bit confused, but in general, we're getting a really nice push here. I haven't looked at the 30 yet to get that overall picture of what's going on. 30-minute squeeze indicator is still in the green. RSI is
30
looking
minute,
good. Looking at the 30-minute, yeah, for
right in the
NASDAQ
middle.
here.
It's not green
It's,
nor red.
oh, you're right. It's not green nor red. Okay.
5 minute is green. It pushed it into the green on that last 5 minute candle, but now
There
it's
we
coming
go.
off the red candle and it's threatening to leave the green. But so it's just kind of getting started, I think. The one that really tells the story for me is the 15-minute, because not too far above where the price is right now, like maybe 20
Mm,
some points, so about 80 ticks above, we have a breakout area, which is also resistance. And the 15 minutes Trendillo is squeezed into a tight space, and I'm pretty sure this thing's going to turn green and blast off.
mm. Well, yeah, looking at the 15-minute as well, I see that with the indicators. I see the squeeze is beginning to roll over, and yeah, RSI looks good. Trendillo is telling us good things, and also, yeah, we're hanging out right at a a place of interest because we've got this boom, and I guess you could say we've got this as well. We've got some, previous areas where it's been rejected. So if it can break above that, then we're looking at, that's a good thing. So yeah, 15-minute chart here. We're, I guess, just now pushing above we're above the 10 moving average. We pushed above the 5. So it's a interesting morning. Gosh, we have given a little bit back recently, huh? Looking at the 15-minute chart. I guess last night was a bit just kind of running down.
Well, if you look at the whole range, it was all bearish right off New York Open yesterday, and it basically went down something like so far 2,600 ticks
Mm,
to the downside. So 2,600 times 5 is what? It's pretty close to $13,000 if you'd gotten in and just left the trade at 1 unit in the NASDAQ mini. So
mm. Wow.
big money.
Yeah, that's what we're about here, is the big money.
Yeah. So
uh,
if you look at NASDAQ, or sorry, NVIDIA right now, it also
yeah.
doesn't look very bullish. It looks still bearish. It is on the 15-minute.
Oof.
It had left the Trendillo red, tried to start, showing some divergence, then just went down. So now it's back in the
Yeah.
red.
Yeah, looking at the 4-hour chart for NVIDIA, definitely that's you know, it almost looks like one of those things you see in crypto a lot, like the BART pattern. It's just that it's not perfectly square, so it's more of a more of a cone head pattern. But I wonder, yeah, like the shorter time frames that you're speaking of, uh 15-minute there for NVIDIA. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that
See the
that that's not
gap
the
too?
most, yeah, that's not
Open
that's
gap?
not that is not a powerful open.
No, it's not. And Rips
Wow.
took out a short
Oh, I imagine.
right off New York Open, and he got, I think, smoked. I can, and he's trying
Oh,
he's trying a second short now. He'll probably win that one because it got kind of short term pumped up. I don't know. But he is in a second short right now.
Wonder how on the 15-minute. Let's see, how's one of our favorites, GameStop, doing? Ah, looks like it might have a positive day. Apple. Oh my God, yeah, Apple on the 15-minute chart opens definitely with a downwards inclination. And how about Microsoft? Opens with a gap, but it's green now. You know, and everybody's favorite Bitcoin. How's that doing on the slightly down this morning. Just you know,
Well, the way to look at Bitcoin is what's it doing on the weekly?
ah,
Because if you look at the weekly, you have, I'll just share my screen real quick
yeah.
on Bitcoin.
Let's
Because
have
I
the
thought, well,
master.
what's it actually doing? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? And it's actually chopping up and down, kind of a megaphone pattern, or what would you call it? A descending, broadening
This
wedge.
that sounds good.
And this is chopping on a weekly from the top to the bottom. And I mean, the next bottom is in the 40s, well into the 40s. If it continues this, I mean, we could end up at, as low as 43 if it doesn't break out of its pattern one way or the other. If it breaks out of the pattern to the bottom, it's going to be, 43 or lower. If it breaks out to the top, we could head right back to the low 70s. Historically speaking, I think I mentioned this last time, but October is the month when the effects of the last halving historically have kicked in. So
Oh.
we have something to look forward to in about another month and a half. So if they don't push a bunch of negative news and makes bad stuff happen, meaning the government, Bitcoin is going to probably start going up in October. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. A lot of cryptos are down right now.
Yeah. I was watching since you'd mentioned it in the blockchain education chat. I was watching Ripple, and I was like trying to see some sparkle on that chart, but not it's not looking too sparkly yet. But you know, if the positive news for Ripple does happen, it might be quite the upwards move. Easy gains there, but yeah, how does that? I'll look at Ripple while we're sitting here. How does Ripple look? I'm kind of curious.
NASDAQ taking off while we speak.
Ah,
It's up in the last 2 minutes. It literally went up by 70 points.
oh man, let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's taken off.
I caught a little very quick scalp just now. Made 240.
Yeah,
About 300 for the day. I did switch to 1 unit because it was so volatile. I don't want to. I've got also custom daily loss limit and
yeah,
personal profit limit set for my combines because I'm trading 2 combines and I don't want to, have those get cracked. So, or make too much money on the positive end. So I set a personal daily loss limit on a 50K combine at 500 and on a 100K combine at 750 personal daily loss limit. That way, if you get smoked on the first stop loss or two, it's just going to lock me out and
yeah.
minimize losses. Because if you, I have a strong feeling today is one of those days where if you don't get in fairly early, you're going to get left behind. The swings are big. What we want to look for on the 1 minute, I don't know if you can see my screen.
Oh, I can.
Okay. On the 1 minute, we're going to be looking for a higher low. So it's just kind of, slowly pumping right now after that big green candle. It's kind of overbought.
Looks like it. Yeah.
I think on the 1 minute or something, 30-second. Let's see here. Yeah, the 1 minute's pretty well overbought. Big, geez. Definitely Trendillo green on the 5 minute. And the 15-minute is going to be green very soon, which is kind of a big deal. 30-minute, it's headed that way, but not yet green. I think we're going to have a nice trendy day. You just have to pick the right place to get in and just leave it. So the strategy for today would be find a place where it's really showing support, where it seems to be making, just barely starting to make a higher low. Get in. Once you're in fairly decent profit, set your stop loss to 0 at your entry point, and then just tell yourself it's all or nothing. I'm either going to get stopped out and lose nothing, or I'm going to make a lot of money.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think is that 50 Cent that said that? Get rich or die trying. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a
Yeah.
song like that.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great trading podcast name. Get rich or die trying, or
Yeah, right.
or get stopped. Yeah, get rich or die trying.
Get rich or get stopped out.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Get rich or get stopped trying. I know. So yeah, that's actually good. I mean, on the 1 minute chart, we had a little bit of action this morning as the market opened. We were able to get in a little bit, make some of those gains, just because there was such upwards velocity. It was worth a redneck trade, and
What do they
it
call that? A YOLO or
a YOLO, yeah.
a
It's
YOLO
good for
trade. You only live once.
yeah, it was good for a YOLO trade or two. Make some gains.
I made a couple of those, and I actually made 3 trades this morning, and I broke even on one, which surprised me. I made 65 on the first one and 240 on the second one. So
yeah,
not great, but it's a good start.
Oh yeah, it's a good start. I mean, this is a nice open. We got some upwards motion, and yeah, I drew my trend line as well there on the 1 minute chart, and yeah, it's not really a bad strategy for the day, especially for people who have to kind of step away and let it just sort of ride. Yeah, I'll probably put a limit order in just above that downwards trend line and put a stop in, and then just let it ride and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll probably put a tight stop in so I don't lose more than I gain today. Like make it where I break even if it stops out, and then just go to work and let it ride and see if I come home a millionaire. See if
I was going to do that yesterday. I was just going to go short and then just forget about it. But then I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. I actually should have, because I had a good entry where it was just breaking. It was breaking support. This is probably like about 10 o'clock in the morning. It had done its relief rally. It was making a low below where it, the lowest low was going just below that, ready to. I should have just went short there and left it. Could have left it all night. Would have made like, $10,000.
oh my gosh.
But I hate, the trades that I like where are good enough trades to where you have a cheap trade, you have minimal stop loss, you can leave and go to the grocery store and not have to worry if your trade is going to go south. But leaving trades on all night, that can really, really make a lot of money. But it can also just, because London Open can be actually pretty powerful as far as, whether or not it just goes down. Say if you're in a long, and they close all their trades, or open up a bunch of longs or shorts or whatever. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm watching this price action, trying to figure out if it would be a good trade at getting in at like 971.
Yeah, it's pushing again.
Out. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things is, if a person does have the ability to, trade for a couple hours in the morning, especially since that's when futures get, sparky when they start taking off one way or the other. If you have that time and you can be patient and just watch, then, you really got the world by the butt, because the good trades are going to come. Just maybe not every day, but I've just gotten rather, unless I just straight up, YOLO it. I tend to be pretty conservative, except for the occasional mishap. But it usually pays off. So yeah,
Yeah.
unless it doesn't. But it's pushing this morning. I wonder how. Let's see. Um, how are our friends doing? Like, let's see, Nvidia. Uh, Nvidia's definitely turning up on the 1 minute chart. I think it's decided that it doesn't care about subpoenas. Um, GameStop pushing on the 1 minute chart. It just broke a previous high, so GameStop is pushing. Apple looks like it's gonna, it's trying to recover from that dump. Microsoft opened with a downside gap, but now it's pushing back, and you know, even Bitcoin's kind of perking up this morning. How about gold? Gold's got a positive push this morning. Uh, Platinum kind of sideways. How about silver? Silver futures slightly toward the upside, but so wow, it looks like we might see a. I mean, it's the day is still young, but maybe a perky market today.
Yeah, I kind of think so because looking at the looking at the little bit longer time frame of 30-minute looks extremely bullish to me. I mean, we've broken out of that kind of resistance area around 930 or so, and it's got some upside to it. How far it's going to go up, I don't know. I do have a level drawn at about 215, 19,215. So that to me is kind of resistance because it's a former level of support. So
Yeah.
who knows? I mean,
Ooh, got
but if you
some.
look at the 1 hour, it looks really bullish. Look at the squeeze momentum, stochastic momentum, Trendella, all look very, very bullish on the 1 hour.
Let's see. Yeah, it's a strong chart this morning. I know. Yeah, it's I almost wonder if my you know, like heading off to work trade could just be almost like just, get in like at this level really and just put a stop and just let it run. I made some money this morning, so I can always just put my stop where I would break even, and and just see what happens, and check in on it throughout the day and move that stop up if it's working for me.
Yeah, what it's basically done is there was kind of a channel or a proposed channel that I'd drawn. And
Yeah.
what it did was it broke out of the top of that
Oh,
channel and
look
then
at that.
used the top of that proposed channel, which wasn't really a channel yet, but kind of. It used it as like a launching pad to go higher. So it's kind of dipping in below it now. So this is a
Oh
very
yeah.
interesting trade. I do kind of feel like it's slowly rolling over
Yeah.
because it got kind of pumped up right out of the gate. But we'll see. I don't even know how much this is going to retrace. It may retrace very little because there's a lot of bullish sentiment in the market right now because it lost so much yesterday.
Yeah, and it might retrace to the like heartbeat of that upwards channel, as they call it, like right there in the middle, if it doesn't find support off. I find that, I love this pattern, although it can be really, I find it hard, well, challenging to play, or when you really got to watch, because yeah, sometimes when um something has an upwards channel and it breaks out, then finds support on top of that channel, that can be really where you blast off from. But I find it's like I'd have to actually somehow see like the percent on that. Maybe it's like 75% of the time it blasts off, but sometimes it really doesn't. And it just goes back into the channel, and that's not too bad either if you're really doing a long trade. That's okay too, you know. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I was just looking at this, and if if I would have been watching it a little bit more carefully, 10 minutes after New York Open, if I would have gotten in at, say, 18,880, I could have gotten out more than 100 points to the top. That's over 400 ticks.
Mm.
That's a $2,000 trade at 1 unit. And then
Whoa.
basically that would be your trade for the day, and you're done and don't have to worry about it. So,
Oh, I
yeah,
know.
it's when this thing moves, it moves huge.
Yeah.
Fortunes can be made or lost depending on whether or not you nail the entry or botch the whole thing. So
Yeah. Let's see.
just
How's it
figuring out
go?
what's it going to do next. Is it going to break out and chop higher? Sure acts like it wants to.
Yeah. The Dow is in the green still this morning. NASDAQ is sideways. S&P 500's got a little bit of green. Russell 2000 is just about this breaking even. Nvidia's still down, so is Microsoft and Apple, but they're making a move back up. We'll see. I have a feeling that they're going to end up closing in the green today.
Order filled.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, are we going to just push off this? Yeah, it looks like maybe it has made the top of that channel its support, at least, short term. It's kind of rolling over a little bit. It does look like on the 1 minute that maybe it's rolling over a little bit. I guess I'll have to just be patient and see. I do think maybe a limit order at the bottom of that channel could probably work for, like I say, so, a unattended, setup.
Yeah. Also, I mean, you could also short this.
Yeah.
And short scalp it, and then just don't stay very long because it's gonna, in case the market turns, short-term bullish again.
Yeah, and looking at the crypto market, looking at Bitcoin and all the top 100, I think that the top 100 cryptos, I think the only one in the green this morning is Helium. That's it. So crypto is taking a hammering this morning.
Yeah, I haven't looked at helium for a long time. I know it went down to like $1 or something.
Yeah.
When Bitcoin was really low, like 16,000.
Meter, what's the yeah, I mean, so now we're sideways. This is good. It looks like it's wait time.
Yeah, it is definitely rolling over.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see like we're like on the 1 minute, the Trendillo it's probably getting ready to lose its green, and the RSI, it's still in the like the middle, I guess you could say. It's not too high or too low, but squeeze is starting to trend down. So we're looking at 1 minute candles, so they're very it's very short time frame, but yeah.
Yeah, the big thing to remember is, since the 30-minute Trendillo is not green or red, the 5-minute is going to rule the directional bias. So the
Okay.
5-minute has basically chopped its way to Trendillo green, And when I look at the stochastic momentum, I can see that it's pretty swingy, but it is making higher highs on the stochastic as far as momentum. Well, the price also makes higher highs. So it got kind of pumped up, like I mentioned. It does need to retrace because it's coming down on the 1 minute, short time frames. But it's holding its price pretty well overall. So what we want to look for is we want to look for it to finish its cycle of coming down a bit more and then maybe just get back in.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I have that shared right now, the 5 minute, and you can kind of see that little channel towards the upside there. It didn't keep the support on top. It's back in the channel. Yeah, the Trendillo and the RSI probably rolling over, probably getting ready to. Oh, now we're seeing some downwards action. Look at that. Whoa.
Yep.
Let's go to a 1 minute candle for that and see how that looks. Oh my goodness. All right. Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. Quite the dumpage. Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's a long smoker. Stops are getting, I can hear the stops screaming.
Oh, I know.
Help me.
It's like being Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I hear thousands of stops. They suddenly cried out and were silent.
Yeah, they all died.
Hmm. Well, there we go. In the 1 minute, you see that dump out of that channel that we were playing with. We've definitely wiped out some longs. It's going past, previous support, but now it's turning around,
Yes, it is. My
Yeah.
opinion is that when they do stuff like this, they basically say, okay, we know it's got to retrace. Let's just get it over with so we can all go long again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what they're going to do is now they're going to push the price up.
Yeah, and I just went long. I just did a small order. We'll see if
Be
how
careful.
that rolls. I know it's a dangerous moment because it's a perfect setup to get wrecked.
Yeah, it is. Because, it can start going up and then some huge shorts can come out like 150, 250 lots and just shove the price down like, 50 points. But yeah, it is.
Boom.
It's
I
going up.
Yeah, I got in and out. Actually, I wasn't certain about it making that move, although it did make the move. But that's fine. I got some of it.
If I had gotten in where you did, I would have taken profit at the yesterday's low,
Mm.
which it already broke. So, see, it just went up.
Yeah, now it's pushing. Woo!
So this is definitely let's get this retrace out of the way, boys, and just we'll eat all that liquidity out of the shorts we just stopped out. I mean,
Yep.
all the longs got stopped out. Eat
Yeah.
all that liquidity and pump the price, and yep.
Yep. That's
Instead
probably
of
the
being pump and dump, this is dump
Woo!
and pump.
Wow. Goodness. Well, I guess me of little faith kind of missed out, but not really. I got some of it.
Yeah, if you
Mm.
made money today, that's all you need is, man, it's just ripping.
Gosh, are we gonna go back into that channel? Probably.
I think we will. Yeah, I think this is just a
Oh, it hit the bottom of that channel, and look at that. Now it's turning around.
oh yeah, okay, I see it now.
Look at that, man. This is definitely the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts probably trading back and forth. you know. All
Probably the
right, now
BlackRock
use.
algos are
Oh, geez.
doing auto trading.
Hmm. That's like it. The symmetry of the market is really something. You know, to hit the bottom of that channel and then have that hesitation. But it looks like it might. We'll see. Is it going to hold that? Looks like maybe it's going to get right back in that channel.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Hmm.
Pretty crazy.
How's that order book look? Oh my goodness.
Bunch of shorts.
Yeah, I see some
13, bunch of
shorts.
8s. Couple longs just came on, 17 and a 12.
I'm not seeing a lot of big confidence shorts though.
36 unit long.
Whoa. Man, that's psycho. Goodness.
But he's going to get smoked.
Look at that. Wow. Yep, it does appear that at the bottom of that channel is definitely resistance.
This is one of those take the trade and hang on to your seat.
Yeah.
And have a reasonable stop loss and try not to lose your account.
Yeah. This is a monster truck rally trade, it's like
Yeah, they're taking turns running over different trucks.
they are,
This guy's running. Oh wait, a bigger truck just ran over him. Okay.
Wow. Well, as always, I gotta take off. Gotta go hit the office, but made some money, so I'm happy.
How much are you up? Just
Let's see.
curious.
How much am I up today? Let's see. This morning, I guess up 319.
Excellent. Good job.
Yeah, that's not nice for. I mean, that's not bad. I should say that's not bad for some YOLO trades on market open.
No, it's actually good because it means you got in and got out at the right time.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's part of. I think that's really a important part of the psychology is, you just want to get some of it. I just want to get in and out and get some of that money.
Yeah, it's better than getting smoked.
Yeah. And that intuition that we have, you know when to dump it when they get out, especially if you've made some money. You'll never get out too soon. You'll it's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you had some kind of a plan, you got in, you made some money. If you get a little bit hesitant, then out you go. But that's just the YOLO trades, when you're doing that real setup with a, limit order and, stop loss and stuff like that, then, well, give maybe a little bit more thought than that. But still, yeah, that's not bad at all. Just to be able to make that, like the money that we're making this morning, many people don't realize the years of suffering that it takes to. So if it looks easy, well, don't worry about it. I don't want to say it is or it's not, but definitely experience makes it a different story. After, I don't know, trading for 10 years now, this gets a little easier. So somebody who's just starting, I realize when I work with people who have not traded before, how much skill over the years we've acquired,
True.
Yeah. And still just getting started. It isn't like I'm out there like competing with Rip in the morning, but I'm getting some of the money. I'm grabbing a little bit. All right. What I was planning on doing, and I might get up earlier. Like, it's easier for me to get up earlier than later, and I might start hopping on to get some of the like the 5:30 market open, even though it's not quite as intense as the 6:30. It's a time that I can actually be on. So I'll see how that works, like on Friday, and maybe I'll get on. I'll let you know. And of course you can hop on anytime you want, but I might, like I say, getting on later is a little bit harder than just getting on earlier for me. So I'll see if I can make that work, because it would, maybe then I could get a solid hour, and a half in, including market open at 6:30, so we'll see how it rolls, but got to make some money.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to recap, the price just bounced off yesterday's low, and now it's back in that sideways channel, kind of low-key pumping. So this is just
and look
crazy.
at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that remarkable? I mean, that is really remarkable. I mean, whew, now it's back in the channel. That's wild. It broke above, made it support, broke below, found resistance. Now we'll see if it can keep in that channel. That would be a powerful move if it can stay there. I'm not too confident yet, but we'll see what's going to happen. maybe it'll be bouncing off, bouncing to the top again in a second. Well, anyway, we made some money. I'm going to get out of here and leave you to your Zen-like concentrated power of now state, making mad gains. And I will talk to you probably Friday.
Okay, Craig, that sounds great.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.